Ukraine is apparently moving its tanks into the town of Avdiivka in the east of the country, and that's despite the area being classified as a demilitarized zone amid the ongoing conflict between Kiev and anti-government forces. Heavy military vehicles were filmed by a BBC war correspondent who posted a video on his Twitter account. Avdiivka, as well as neighboring Donetsk and Makiivka, have suffered severe shelling in the past few days, resulted in a number of deaths, both of soldiers and civilians. The area where Avdiivka is located is called a contact line, which marks a buffer zone of 50 kilometers. No heavy weapons are meant to be located there under the Minsk peace agreement. Artis Maragisdiev is in Donetsk for us.
Among the residential blocks and people's houses in Avdiivka, which is a small city just outside of Donetsk, it's actually right on the front lines and is part of the buffer zone, in the buffer zone, in fact. There, a BBC journalist has filmed Ukrainian troops as well as heavy armor. Tanks that shouldn't be there. The BBC journalist that filmed all of this says that they're apparently ready for action. The OSCE, whose job it is to monitor the situation, to monitor and watch for these tanks to make sure they aren't on the front lines, says it will now increase patrols and increase its watch on the front lines to make sure those tanks are pulled back, as well as facilitate reconstruction efforts. There's a humanitarian catastrophe in Avdiivka. 17,000 people, among them 2,500 children without water, without heating, and it's freezing here, well below 0 degrees. The Ukrainian government has all but boasted that its offensive here in eastern Ukraine, again, contrary to all the points of the Minsk peace plan, is going well.
Step by step, our boys have heroically moved forward. But what aim could the aggressor have? The aggressor's aim is to get back to its previous position.
The Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, has commented on the situation. He says that there's an understanding worldwide that the escalation we're seeing here in eastern Ukraine is being caused by the Ukrainian government, by the Ukrainian president, Petro Poroshenko. He says that the German press, which is very much pro-Kiev, has admitted as much. He says that it's in the interest of Petro Poroshenko to escalate the situation, to incite violence here so that the Ukrainian crisis is not forgotten. Given this latest violence, the United Nations Security Council is going to meet to discuss the situation and hear reports from the OSCE monitoring on the ground here.